Today we're diving into something that literally makes or breaks your livelihood, your daily schedule, and honestly, your peace of mind while you're out on assignment. We're talking about travel nurse contracts. The stakes of signing one of these without spotting the hidden traps, they are incredibly high. We're going to walk through the 15 warning signs that hide in these documents every single day. Signs that most nurses don't catch until it is way, way too late.
Because, well, here's the harsh reality. One missed clause equals one bad contract. Just a single overlooked line, like missing a guarantee of hours or some vague cancellation policy, can literally cost you thousands of dollars. Or worse, it can leave you completely stranded in a brand new city with zero notice. So today, we're breaking down exactly what you need to look for so you can spot these traps before you sign, not after.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our playbook for today. 1. Deal breakers. 2. Contract structure warnings. 3. Agency and recruiter behavioral flags. 4. The pre-sign checklist. And 5. The strategic gem.
Let's start with Category 1, deal breakers. Walk away immediately.
I want to be perfectly clear right up front. These first 5 flags, they are absolutely not negotiation points. If you see them, you don't push back and hope things get better. They are immediate exit signals. Number 1, no written pay breakdown. If a recruiter gives you a verbal, hey, just trust me, but won't actually send the math in writing before you submit, walk away. They are definitely hiding an unfavorable split. Number 2, the ghost job scam. This is when they pitch a massive $4,500 a week job for a California ICU, but magically refuse to name the facility. Look, the job doesn't exist. They're just harvesting your resume. Number 3 is blind submitting. That's when your resume gets sent to a facility without your explicit approval, which instantly kills your leverage. Number 4 is high-pressure tactics. If you're constantly being told a job closes in 30 minutes, you know that manufactured urgency is just designed to stop you from comparing offers. And finally, number 5, upfront fee requests. Legitimate agencies never ever charge nurses for placement or background checks. If they ask for a fee upfront, it's a scam. Period.
Moving on to Category 2, contract structure. Read before you sign.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the massive difference 3 little words can make. Take a look at up to 36 hours versus guaranteed 36 hours. They might sound kind of similar when you're skimming through quickly, but without that word guaranteed, the facility can legally schedule you for just 24 hours 1 week. That is a 33% pay cut right there, and you'd have absolutely zero recourse because, well, that's exactly what you signed.
Which brings us to flag number 8, the forced permanent conversion clause. Guys, this is a devastating bait and switch. It usually hides in a line that reads something like, after 13 weeks, you may be required to convert to staff. We've seen nurses report their pay plummeting down to $60 an hour, or even lower, after being forced to convert. You absolutely must ask about this directly, and if the answer is yes, you decline the contract.
Rounding out the contract structure flags, we have vague cancellation policies and unclear extension terms. If a contract says either party may terminate with notice, that tells you absolutely nothing. How much notice? Do you get paid if they cancel you? If those terms aren't crystal clear, you are the one absorbing all the financial risk. And as for extensions, if the rate isn't specified up front, you might find out it's a massive pay cut only after you've already committed to staying. Remember, vague contract language is never an accident.
Next up is Category 3, agency and recruiter behavioral patterns.
The way a recruiter acts before you sign is actually a highly accurate prediction of how terrible the assignment might be once you're locked in. Flag 10, refusing to discuss the facility bill rate. If the facility is paying $90 an hour and you're only seeing $40 plus a minimal stipend, you are taking a massive hit. Good agencies are totally transparent about this. Flag 11, demanding 6 to 12-month exclusive contracts. Your entire leverage as a traveler comes from having options, right? Giving that up completely removes your power to compare offers. And flag 12, recruiter ghosting. If they disappear for 48 hours while you're just trying to secure a job, imagine how unresponsive they're going to be when you're actually on assignment and your paycheck comes up short.
Finishing up our 15 flags, number 13 is no written call notes. Verbal promises just evaporate into thin air. Always email a summary of what was verbally promised so you've got a paper trail. Number 14 is vague pay breakdowns. This is when the math simply doesn't add up or they try to blend inappropriately high stipends with super low base rates. Do the math yourself. And finally, number 15 is a poor agency track record. Go check independent reviews, look at Facebook groups. If there is a history of complaints and sudden cancellations, believe the warnings.
Let's move to our next section, the pre-sign checklist, and see how this all builds together into a practical solution.
Knowing the flags is great, but having a system to actually catch them is so much better. Do not sign anything until every single box in this matrix is checked off. Under compensation, ensure you have a written breakdown of your taxable wages, your stipends, and your overtime rates. Under work terms, verify your guaranteed minimum hours and any specific requirements to float to other units. For housing, double-check the exact stipend amount and when your health insurance actually starts. And finally, the exit column. Confirm the facility's cancellation notice period and what your cancellation penalties might be. Seriously, even if you are a veteran traveler who has done this 20 times, print this checklist out. The most expensive mistakes happen when experienced nurses skip these basic verification steps because they assume they already know what to look for.
Now, what if you've already signed? Don't panic.
If you're watching this explainer right now, your stomach just dropped, and you realized you've already signed a contract with one of these glaring red flags, you need an immediate, practical recovery plan. Here are your 3 steps. Step 1. Contact your recruiter right away and do it in writing. Don't just call them. Send an email fully documenting the issue. Step 2. Thoroughly review that cancellation clause we just talked about so you understand exactly what your exit options and potential penalties are. Step 3. If the agency actually violates the written contract, like, say, failing to deliver your guaranteed hours, escalate that to agency management immediately. If they refuse to fix it, you might need to seek legal recourse.
Finally, let's look at Category 5, the strategic gem. We've covered a ton of ground today, and I know memorizing 15 specific red flags is tough, especially when you're stressed out and just trying to secure a good placement. So the crucial point is this. We can distill this entire list down to its absolute core. Every single red flag we talked about shares the exact same underlying signature. You don't need to memorize all 15, you just need to recognize the pattern. Here it is. If a clause is vague, make them get specific. If a promise is verbal, demand it in writing. If a recruiter is acting urgently, slow the process down. Trusting this single instinct is going to protect you from almost every scam and bad deal out there. I want to leave you with this question to really think about. Look at your current or your very next contract. Which vague clause needs to be made specific today? It's time to take the power back into your own hands. You can grab the full checklist, plus check out independent pay data without any agency influence over in our sources at travelhealthcarepay.com. Keep your standards high, always get it in writing, and thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. See you next time.